to present the screen. Okay, hopefully we can see a presentation now. Can we see a presentation? Yes, right, you should probably see me now. And back to the presentation. Right, okay, let's try again. Okay, so unconformities. When we're looking at unconformities, key thing that you're looking for is a change of dip on the map. On this very quick sketch drawing here, we can see that we've got some folds, we've got plunging anticlines and synclines, dipping beds, and then here, that's our unconformity. The beds on top of that are horizontal. So if we've got horizontal beds on top of dipping beds, there's a change in dip direction. So that's how you would spot an unconformity on a geological map. In terms of cross sections, this is the angular unconformity that you'll be familiar with the diagrams from the book. This diagram here is taken from the Grand Canyon, the Great Unconformity, where you can see dipping beds at the base of the canyon. Then you've got your Great Unconformity, then all those famous horizontal beds that make up the rest of the Grand Canyon. Up, we've got very nice road cutting exposure showing dipping beds here, dipping towards the left green, followed by an unconformity and horizontal beds there. They are horizontal, it's just a panoramic view. Now, thinking about that original map, this is the sort of thing that would be seen underneath it. You can see folded beds there. We've got a nice anticline and syncline pattern with an unconformity there, an erosional contact, then horizontal beds on top. Now, searching through the internet, you can get through loads of good images of angular unconformities. Here, just one lifted from Google Images, San Lorenzo Canyon area, dipping beds, unconformity, horizontal beds. You'll definitely find this image online, Second Point, Hutton's unconformity, where he first thought about his ideas of deep geological time. And we've got our almost vertical dipping beds there with an unconformity and then moderately dipping beds there. Obviously, the whole thing has been tilted since these beds were laid down as well. Is principle of original horizontality. They were deposited horizontally. Google Images, or you can also follow this link here that I put onto a page called Geology Pics, Marley Miller Photography. Loads of good images of unconformities, loads of good images of other geological structures worth having a search through. Now, back to maps. What you can see here is in the northern area, we've got dipping beds, these colours here. And then in the southern area here, we've got this yellow bed. And just about make out at the bottom there is almost horizontal. It's that change in dip that gives you your unconformity. As I said, your task is going to be using a page called Visible Geology to create a 3D geological model. I want you to have a get some tilting, some folds, some plunging folds, whatever, and an unconformity. Let's just get rid of this one if we can. Work out how to get rid of this existing one. can view existing models on there. And so you can look at plunging anticlines, see what they look like in cross section. You can look at plunging synclines, normal anticlines. Then you can actually create your own geology. Let's just delete everything that I've done so far. Okay, so there we've got some geological beds. You do that by just sort of clicking on geological beds, and then you can add, delete as many beds as you want. As you can see there, they're all horizontal beds, so we only see the topmost bed on the outcrop pattern. So what we can do is add in things like tilting. Let's tilt those beds. There we go. So we've got some tilted beds there. And then you can add in folds as well, but let's go straight to unconformity. See there, we've got an erosional contact underlain by those dipping beds. Now we can't see any of those at the surface, so what you need to do is do another tilting event, which will hopefully quickly, there we go. Now we can see we've got change in dip between the beds. These beds are dipping towards the west. These beds are dipping to the east. Now, that's an extreme geology there in terms of dipping beds, but you get the idea. What I want you to do is open up app.visiblegeology, just stick it into Google and it'll open up. And I want you to play around with that for 10 minutes. And then onto Google Classroom, there is an assignment for you to submit your work. Okay, the recording there.